Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Thanksgiving Eve for those of you that celebrate Thanksgiving. For those of you that don't, happy Wednesday. How are you guys doing? I am in a really, really good mood today. I have had a lot of fun today. I feel stress-free and very relaxed, which is kind of crazy because I have been super busy today. And I'm kind of starting to wind down my day. I'm vlogging now for Wednesday. And then later tonight, I am going to vlog for tomorrow so that I have a vlog for tomorrow to go up. It was raining crazy. Like when Caroline and I were coming home from Cousin Fun Day today, it started raining so hard. And it was almost kind of like rain sleet because it was cold outside. So I thought, I don't think I'm going to be able to sit outside to vlog, but it stopped. I just went outside and I had a package and it was my new reading glasses, which we will open here in just a second. But the rain has stopped. So I will be able to sit outside and vlog and have a vlog for you guys for tomorrow. I have been very, very busy pre-filming video. I was going to get on here and joke and be like, you guys know how I said I was going to pre-film videos and well, I didn't get to. And I know people will be like, it's okay, don't worry about it. But I actually pre-filmed quite a few videos for tomorrow. So yeah, I got all those videos. The videos are uploading as we speak. I have 3 more videos today and tomorrow. Well, all my videos for today are already up and they're already posted. And then, one of my videos just got done. So I have, is it 2 more videos? I have 2 more videos to upload on my phone. And then, that's it. And then I just have to do the vlog, this vlog now, and the vlog for later. And I've had so much fun filming videos today. It's just been a blast. And it really didn't honestly take me that long. I got home at, I filmed 4 videos for today, 4 videos for tomorrow, not including the vlog. So when all is said and done, I will have 10 videos filmed today. And I started at 3 o'clock and it is currently 6:19. And that's filming the videos. And I have 4 videos posted, 2 videos scheduled, and I have to upload 2 videos. So I've been very, very busy today because, yeah, so which one should I put up next? Let's do, hold on just a second. Let's do this. And if I get done with the vlog, Alex is watching, he's at his friend's house watching a TV show. If I get done with this and he is still not left, then I will probably film, I didn't film a Peter Osmond's video for today, so I will probably film a Peter Osmond's video today, or do another video for tomorrow. So I'm not really sure yet, but I am like awake. I didn't get very much sleep last night, imagine that, but I feel very rested today. I think it's just because I kind of, hold on a second, let me get all this stuff done. I kind of went into today, which one should I do first? Hold on a second. Okay, I kind of went in today just being like, I'm going to go and have fun with Caroline, and if I get back in time to film videos, then I will film videos, and if I get back in time and all I have time for is my vlog, then I will just film my vlog. Like, I am not going to stress out about it. I'm just not, and like, I'm just not going to live in stress anymore. I'm not going to stress over myself over things I don't have to, and so that was kind of my attitude last night and today. I was just kind of like, I'm just going to enjoy tomorrow, and Alex was working from home today, and so I knew that, and so I was like, I'm just gonna get up and get ready to go with Caroline, and then if I get back in time to film some videos, I will, and if I don't, then I won't. And honestly, when I got home, I thought, I'm kind of starting late, so I probably should figure out, like, it's weird, like when I pre-film videos, like if I go on vacation and stuff, I literally have a list, like, so I don't know if you can see this, but I have a list right here. These are all my videos for today, and then I have all the videos for tomorrow. And so if I go on vacation for like a week and I'm gonna pre-film videos, I'll go through and for every day, because while I'm on vacation, I'll film a drama video, but like the review video, the Peter Osmond's video, like now the TV video, the Peter Does Stuff video, I'll list all of those, and then I'll go through, and as I film them, I'll check them off, and I kind of go in order. But today, I knew, like I wrote down for today and tomorrow, I had videos to make on channels that I didn't even film on today and for tomorrow. So, like I said, if I get done with this vlog and he's not home yet, he says he's gonna watch one more episode and then he'll come home. But if I am not done yet, hold on, let me get this video up, or started. If I get done with this vlog and I still am in the mood, and I haven't finished videos, then I have like a booktube video I can make and stuff like that. So, yeah. So it's been a good day. I think it was kind of my attitude. You know the saying where they say like attitude is everything? I kind of think it was my attitude about going into today and just being like, you know what? Just enjoy today, and just don't stress about it. And it's been a really good day. Caroline came to pick me up at like 12:15. Alex got up really early this morning. He got up at like 6:30 and like went in the bathroom and like washed his face, and he was like on Zoom meetings in the corner. So he's got his like little setup over here. He uses, I don't know if you can see, but he puts the ring light in front of him, and then he's got his computer over there when he works from home. And so he had Zoom meetings and he was doing stuff over there, and he was down here by like 6:45 this morning working, because I woke up at like 8 and I came and I looked over and he like waved up at me. He was like I want a Zoom call, and I was like, okay. And he was working until I left. And so, Caroline came to pick me up at 12:15. I felt like, even though, so I went to bed last night about 5:30, and I didn't fall asleep. I don't even remember what time it was. I mean, I would fall asleep and then I wake back up. I'd fall asleep and then I wake back up. You would think that, like, having talked to the doctor yesterday, I would feel a little bit better knowing, like, what it is. But I didn't, necessarily. I think that knowing that it's stress and anxiety kind of almost, like, added to it a little bit. And so, so I didn't get really that much sleep because I got up at about 11. So if I fell asleep finally at like 7 and then I woke up at 8, I mean, it was like 4.5 hours of sleep, and I woke up like every hour in the hour to go to the bathroom. And so, because I drank a lot of herbal tea and water and stuff last night. I don't think I drank any caffeine last night after I got up from my nap, because I was like, okay, I want to fall asleep. But anyway, so I went outside and I was like waiting for Caroline, and I was talking to my neighbors across the street. He was making his turkey and the egg thing for tomorrow, and talking to me about the egg thing and all this kind of stuff. And his wife was out there, and then he was like, are you, because he always asks like where we're going and stuff like that. He's like, are you and Caroline going to Costco? And I was like, I hope. We talked about it last week. Caroline was like, I don't, actually, before I even get into this, I want to light this candle. So this is the same brand of candle that I've been showing that Andrea sent me, which is the Ebony and Ivory Candle Company. And this is Witchy Woman, which I love. And Witchy Woman, there's not one of these candles that I haven't liked. So yeah, this is, it doesn't say. Anyway, Ebony and Ivory, 8-ounce candle. It smells so good. It's very spicy. Light that candle. And then I poured the rest of my coffee that I got with Caroline in here, and I added iced coffee to it. This is my sobriety cup that I love so much. So I was talking to him, and he said he went to Costco yesterday, and he said it was like a madhouse. He was like, it was crazy at Costco when I went yesterday. He was like, so if you guys are going today, I knew that everywhere we were going to go today, it was just going to be absolutely crazy. And it really wasn't. I mean, I knew that, but then we got out and it really wasn't. So when Caroline picked me up, she was like, where do you need to go? And I said, I really just wanted to get out of the house. And she was like, okay. She was like, so I've got some errands to run. Is that cool? And I was like, yeah, I just like to go to the post office. But other than that, I don't really have a whole lot. And so, she was like, do you want to get some coffee first? And I was like, yeah. So we did not go to the coffee place that we went to last time. We went to a different place. And it was like another little one of these, like, there's a bunch of like local like coffee places around, not local. There's a Harmony Tea Shop. I think it's like a national chain up the street from us. I don't know anything about it. I was telling Alex the other day, I was like, when I was driving, like that's the place I would stop and just like go in there and like, and review it. It's weird because I see places like that all the time. So there's always like some new place that I want to go to. So anyway, the coffee was okay. It was this, I don't even remember what it's called. Actually, I think this coffee place is a national chain. It starts with an S. Stubbs is Tickets, right? It's something like that. It's like with a Z. Anyway, it's not Coffee Buzz, I think, is San Diego. It's not 2 words, it's 1 word. And it's like, ends on a Z. Anyway, that's where we went today. And it was okay. I mean, it's iced coffee. Cheers. So anyway, it has some creamer in it, which I don't usually get, but I felt like it today. So, we got coffee, then we went to the post office. Oh, right when I got in the car, my neighbor was like, are you going? Or he was like, because Caroline was laughing because he was like, are you guys going to Costco? And so I opened the door and I was like, are we going to Costco? And she's like, yeah, I've got things I need to get at Costco. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, you guys are going to regret it. And Caroline was just like laughing so hard. So we went to get coffee, and then we went to the post office, and I had some packages at the post office. Somebody asked me today, so I did a rant video today, a holiday rant video. I actually read rants that you guys sent me, or people sent me on Instagram. I have so many of them, I could make like 10 videos off of it. So anyway, I had so much fun doing that video too. And so, somebody was like, and one of the things they said about the holiday rants is they was like, could you please do a post office rant? I would love to do a post office rant. The post office, there's nothing to rant about anymore. When I go in there, I don't know what's changed in the last couple years. It used to be I always had to wait in line. Like, today there was a line, but it moved so fast. I know all the people that work in there. They're very, very nice. They always see me coming, and so like as soon as I come up there, they go back and they get my I don't even have to hand them. So when you go to your P.O. box, there's like a little yellow sheet, and it has like, they write your box name on the back of it, and then that means you have a package. So when they see me coming up to the counter, they'll just go back there and get my packages and bring it up. So I think I had 2 packages. 3 packages. I can't remember. Anyway, so I got I was like in and out in like 5 minutes. So I went and got those packages, and then we went to Costco. Caroline got gas. I was kind of surprised because I thought a lot of people would be like leaving today. So when we pulled in to get gas, she usually gets gas at Costco because it's cheaper. We pulled in to get gas. I thought it is going to be a madhouse in here. Like, it is going to be absolutely crazy in here. And it wasn't. I was really, really surprised. So we parked, and she's like, are you kind of surprised it's not busier than this? I mean, it wasn't hard to get like a parking space or anything. And I was like, I am kind of surprised it's not busier than this. And she's like, yeah, I am too. So we kind of thought we were going to go inside and like maybe everything was going to be picked over. So this is like really close to the candle is really close to my coat. So we went in, and I didn't have anything to get, so I didn't get a cart. So Caroline got a cart, and then when we walked in, she said, God, these videos are uploading fast today. She said, I want to get one of those Christmas holiday, not buckets, but it's where like, it's the things I've gotten from my front porch before, you know, that has like the birch tree thing, and then the berries, and like a lot of the pine needles, or pine, you know what I'm talking about. It looks like a wreath, all the greenery. So she was like, I want to get one of those. I can't believe I'm down to having to get 1 video up. And I filmed 8 videos. Like, this is so crazy that I'm getting everything done so efficiently today. So she was like, I want to get one of those. And I'm like, we're walking in. If you walk into Costco, they have like all the stuff that's on sale, and the TVs and stuff. Well, the Costco that we go to. And so right after that is where they have like all the greenery. It's like in the summer, they have all the plants. But in the winter, they have like all the poinsettias, all the like the wreaths and stuff like that. And Caroline's like, yeah, I want to get one of those. And I was like, Caroline, all I see is poinsettias. I didn't see anything, any wreaths or anything like that. And she goes, did you not see them when we came in? And I go, oh, here's the stuff that I bought. I don't know if you can see it. So this is like the bucket that I get. And see, it's got the berries in it, and then it's got, I don't know if you can see it there, but it's like, it has this, it's like a really pretty like pot that it's in. So what does it say? It's like 3 feet high or something. Hold on a second. 14-inch holiday greens. And I got 2 of them, and each of them were 39. No, she said 34. And then the wreath was like $10.99 or something. I couldn't believe it. She was like, the wreaths are beautiful. She was like, I paid like $30. She gives her clients wreaths every year for holidays, like if she's like bought or sold a house. And she was like, these wreaths are beautiful. The wreath is beautiful. I literally just walked outside to get this package, and that wreath has been up there since I came. I put it up as soon as I got home. It's been up there since what, 2:30, and a bird flew out of that wreath. I was like, already a bird is making a nest, which I kind of love, but at the same time, it's like I can't go in and out. I was like, what am I gonna do? Every year, I don't know what it is about our house. Oh, it might be the spirit of little Boo Radley. Anyway. I'm not going to say that because then I'll get attached to the bird, and then I'll be having bird houses all over the place. I already have bird houses. I didn't even put them up last year. So anyway, I got bird watchers, bird houses, bird feed. I got all that kind of bird stuff. So anyway, we walked in. Okay, if you've ever gone to Costco, like the one big no-no of Costco is you don't exit out of the entrance, okay? They used to check your card when you go in there. They now have scanners. So you have to scan your card before you go in there. Well, the one thing you do not do is you don't even walk out the entrance, okay? So when you walk in, there's like where all the carts are and stuff, and then there's like an exit over here, an entrance, and then there's a customer service thing around to the side. But once you go into the store, like they check everybody because they don't want people coming in there that don't have memberships. So once you go in there, even though you have to scan your membership when you buy everything, I don't know. But anyway, so once you go in there, you're stuck. Like you can't, like you have to go out all the way around to the exit. So Caroline just turns her cart around. She's like, I'm gonna go get this stuff now. I was like, and there's all these people coming in with their carts. And I was like, Caroline, they're gonna be so pissed at us. She was like, I don't care, the stuff's right over there. Like you could see it from where we were standing on the other side of like where we came in. So the woman was like, if you just wait till all these carts come in. So we were sitting there waiting and all these people, Caroline was like saying to everybody, she was like, happy holidays, everybody was just like, they were like looking at us like, what are you doing trying to get through the entrance? So finally we got out. So I got a cart because Caroline's like, well, we can put all this stuff. I said, Caroline, you're getting what? She goes, I'm only going to get one. And I go, okay, well, I'm getting two and a wreath. And she's like, well, I've got to get this. And she wanted to get a case of beer for Thanksgiving and all this other kind of stuff. I was like, and she had to get a big thing of coffee, K-Pies, and all this kind of stuff. I was like, I'll just get my own, cart and whatever. She always wants to only have one cart. So I get all this stuff. So it's so funny because we both watch that Alex Cross show and we both love it. But Alex Cross is like a detective, not a spy, but a detective. But he's always like, whenever they show him like on things, he's always like hiding behind something. So I'm pushing the cart because she was talking about how much she loved that show. She's like, I wish there were 5 or 6 seasons of that show. And I was like, I think I'm going to start watching or reading all the James Patterson, Alex Cross books, which, okay, I just took the Halloween stuff before I started this vlog to the basement. And don't I seem in much better mood? What is it that one day, I don't even know if maybe it was just going to the doctor and then the doctor validating for me, like, that I was stressed, that maybe that helped me. Because I didn't get a lot of sleep. I didn't relax that much. I mean, I took a nap last night, but I feel like 100% better today. I don't know. It's just like something lifted from me. I'm having such a good day. I am a good gay, and I'm having such a good day. I just feel so good today. I don't know what it is, but I'm thankful for that. So anyway, what was I gonna say? I got one more thing to upload. I was showing you guys a picture, so let me hold on a second. Yeah, I've got one more video that I've got to upload over here. So when Caroline and I we're so silly when we go. I mean, we are so stupid and silly. So we were walking around, and so I have these big, huge, like, pine bushes hanging out of they're, like, so high. And so I go, Caroline, and she'd turn around, and I would, like, hide behind the thing, and I go, I'm Alex Cross. I'm like, I'm a detective, I'm hiding. So anyway, it was so stupid. And so, like, I would go down the aisle, and then I would, like, peek around the aisle, and I go, Caroline, and she, like, look behind her, I go, I'm Alex Cross. I'm a detective. It was so dumb. But Costco wasn't really that crowded. I was kind of surprised. It really wasn't that crowded at all. We had so much fun in there. I mean, we were only in there for probably half an hour. But the lines were really, really short. My neighbor across the street, he did say, he goes, now you know the lines move really fast. I said, why are you cooking your turkey 24 hours in advance? And his wife's just shaking his head. And he's like, it has to be perfect before we start. She's like, I don't even have the sides made yet. And he's already got the turkey done. So they were laughing. But I never did find out with my neighbor about the leaking. Well, it must not be that bad. And I just looked in the basement when I was down there. I was like looking around. But he never said anything about the plumber or anything. So there's that. But I mean, he told me that. Okay, anyway, I'll have to check with him after I get done with this vlog, and then I'll give you guys an update in the next vlog. That will be in like an hour. So after that, Caroline was like, I want to go to Trader Joe's. And I was like, you want to go to Trader Joe's? I was like, Caroline, we lucked out at Costco. Trader Joe's is going to be super busy today. She's like, I don't care. I have to go to Trader Joe's. And I was like, okay. So we went to Trader Joe's. It wasn't really that busy either. I was kind of surprised. It wasn't bad. Yeah, it just wasn't. I'm like, on a side note, I just want to say, I had so much fun filming all these videos today, but at the same time, I'm like, because I'm going to like stagger them as I post them tomorrow, because I'm going to schedule them to like stagger, and I'm like, I'm really excited about the fact that I just get to spend tomorrow and just like be with my family and Alex and everybody and just relax and then come home and watch some TV shows or take a nap. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, maybe this is what I need to do. Maybe I need to take one day where I film really hard and then the next day just don't do anything at all. And then I'd have a whole day to relax. I could start doing that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But today was a good day. So we went to Trader Joe's. And Caroline was like, we're in the middle of Trader Joe's. She wanted to buy flowers for a centerpiece. I was like, okay, first of all, I love Trader Joe's. Second of all, they have the worst flowers. I don't think their flowers are worth, they're very expensive at Trader Joe's, which is weird because most of Trader Joe's stuff is pretty inexpensive. But if you go to Trader Joe's regularly, you'll know what I'm talking about. Their plants and their flowers suck. They're pretty when you walk in, but I bought some of their flowers and they don't last very long. The other thing is when you come up, like I bought Farrah for oh God, the ferns. They don't seem like they're doing very good in the bathtub this year. I've been like watering them and moving them and stuff. They just don't seem like they're doing very good. Last year Fernalicious did pretty good. I don't know, I'm a little worried about them. But I bought Farrah, the smaller fern, but like everything they have is like small at Trader Joe's. They have these wreaths out there that were ridiculously priced. I don't know why that kind of stuff is priced. I mean, they were like $25 for these wreaths. And these wreaths, literally, they look like they were about, like if you hung it up, it would just like go, like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. It would just fall apart and had like some sad red bow on it. I was like, what is going on with these wreaths? I was so confusion. Anyway, so, God, these videos are just like 1 minute until it's uploaded. They are just pumping along. So Caroline was like, we were in Trader Joe's and I was like, oh, so she's not even sure if the person that was designated to bring the dessert is going to come tomorrow for Thanksgiving because there's a possibility they might not be able to come. And so I was like, so we're not gonna have any dessert at Thanksgiving? And she was like, David said the same thing. And I was like, well, why didn't you tell me that when we were at Costco? We could have, she was like, well, I said something about it. And I was like, we could have bought a pie at Costco. At least we have a pie. She's like, you want a Costco pie? I said, Costco's pies are good. Caroline and I last year were like, we should buy the Costco pies from Costco instead of all this kind of stuff. So when I was at Trader Joe's, I went in there and I started like buying some of my favorite stuff because I was going to put like together a plate, like a dessert plate of like this English toffee and then this chocolate bark and then what else did I buy? I showed it in a haul that I did today. And then I bought these everything bagel crackers to take over to Alex's aunt's house. But Alex's aunt's house, aunt uncle's house, like his uncle loves, he's a chef, so he loves to cook. And as soon as we sit down, or as soon as we get there, we'll sit down to eat. It'll be like a half an hour in. They'll be like ready to eat as soon as we get there. So we went to Trader Joe's, and then Caroline was like, she was like, I can't remember. We went somewhere else. Where else did we go? She was like, I feel like there's somewhere else I need to go. And she's like checking her list. Oh, this is why. Because she was like, at somewhere along the right, she had asked me, she was like, I said, what are you having for Thanksgiving tomorrow? Like, what's on the meal that, you know, you got? And she's like, well, it's turkey. It's like turkey, ham, which is like, that's more Easter, I feel like. But it's turkey, ham, and then it's like green bean casserole, but it has like bacon in it, so I can't eat that. And mashed potatoes. But a lot of this stuff has like chicken stock in it. And I go, okay, so what am I going to eat? And she was like, well, do you want to bring something? And I was like... Well, I'm sponsoring the meal, remember? So could I at least have one thing there? She's like, well, what do you want? And I said, because I'll probably be full by the time we get it. Alex's aunt and uncle always like have special vegetarian stuff for me. So I was like, she was like, oh, the mushrooms. I was going to make the mushrooms for you. I could just fill up on her mushrooms that she makes in the crock pot and like the bread. That's enough for me. I don't need all the other stuff. Macaroni and cheese. Like her stepson's bringing macaroni and cheese. He and his wife make the best macaroni and cheese. So I'll eat that. But I was like, Caroline, I don't need anything special. I said, but like, okay, like, Alex is going to be so upset because there's no stuffing in either house. And it's like his favorite thing. So, so she's like, oh, the mushrooms. And she goes, oh my God, I forgot to get mushrooms when we were at Costco and then at Trader Joe's or something like that. I was like, Caroline, I will buy the mushrooms. And so I was like, oh, this is so funny because when I was talking in one of my videos, somebody was like, would you ever feel comfortable? They said it so sweet. People always ask about the mushrooms. I don't know why. And somebody was like, would you be comfortable sharing Caroline's recipe of the mushrooms? And I said, like it's some secret recipe or something, Caroline, that you're keeping from everybody. She goes, the mushrooms are good. I go, well, it's not a secret recipe. She goes, no, not at all. She's like, you literally just put a stick of butter in and some ranch powder and the mushrooms. I go, ranch powder? She goes, yeah, it's ranch powder and a stick of butter. You put it in a crock pot. You add a little bit of water to it. And she's like, you add like a cup of water to it. And she's like, you just put it in a crock pot and let them just like, you know, simmer in a crock pot. I was like, that's it? She's like, yeah, you can make them at home. I was like, oh my God, I love them so much. And then she puts a little thing of like toothpicks next to them. But I just like take the spoon and I just get like a whole bowl full of them because I love mushrooms. So that's the secret recipe. The ranch, Tanya loves that ranch powder too. She throws it in everything, dips that she makes and everything. So anyway, she was like, don't worry about it. She's like, I'll take care of the mushrooms and all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, but we were laughing about like Thanksgiving and like, do you remember I used to always have to bring the dinner rolls? And so like a couple years ago, I was like, Caroline, I can still bring the dinner rolls, because this is when she started catering it. I said, but you do everything. I said, but now it's like this joke, okay? Because she puts out this text message and she'll say like, so-and-so's bringing macaroni and cheese, so-and-so's bringing a pumpkin pie. The dinner is sponsored. She says sponsored. I don't know why. Because a couple years ago, I said, you do all the cleaning, you host everything, you have everybody over there, let me pay for the dinner. She won't let me pay for the whole dinner. I just wish she would. But I'm like, let me pay for the dinner. She's like, do you want to pay for the dinner for everybody? I'm like, yeah, Caroline, you do everything. You've done everything for years and years and years. Let me do it. You know, she's like, no, because she's like, I love to host. She's like, I love to have everybody over there. I'm like, okay. I was like, she'll let me pay for half the dinner, but she won't let me pay for all of it. But it's not even, to be honest with you, to cater like a Thanksgiving dinner. I was kind of surprised. I thought it'd be like $500. It's not. And you get like all the sides and all that. You get to pick what sides you want. Like if it were me, okay, for my husband, I would pick stuffing. I'm not a big mashed potato fan. I'm fine with it, but I would probably pick sweet potato casserole because, oh my God, I love sweet potatoes so much. But nobody else does. I'm like the only one that likes it. Macaroni and cheese, but somebody's bringing that. I mean, I'll probably pick all sides because I don't eat turkey or ham. It was funny. Somebody on my rant video said nobody likes turkey. Alex likes turkey, which is interesting because Alex is kind of weird about meat, but he does really like turkey. So, but I'm excited about Thanksgiving tomorrow. I'm really excited about just kind of like being able to rest and relax and hang out with everybody. So then after Trader Joe's, where did we go? She was driving down the street and she was showing me different things. She was like, do you need to go somewhere? I was like, no, I don't really have anything. So it was about, did that really take that long? I feel like we went somewhere else. Where else did we go? We went one other place, but I can't remember where it was. So anyway, coffee, post office, Costco, gas, and then inside. Maybe it took us longer than half an hour. Maybe we were there for like 45 minutes. I mean, we were laughing so hard in Costco, I don't even know. Yeah, but that's it. And then she brought me home. And then Alex said, was he still here when I got home? I think he left right before I got home and texted me. So when he was done with work, because I had said to him last night, I was like, are you going to be here all day? You're working from home all day tomorrow? And he was like, yeah. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to have to film videos when I come home from being with Caroline because there was a bunch of videos that I want to make. So I don't know where I'm going to do that if you're doing Zoom calls downstairs. Like, I can't be loud because he always has his AirPods in and stuff like that. And he was like, well, I'll be done by then when you get home. And I said, okay. He goes, and he's really wanting to watch the Cruel Intentions show. He just found it. Was it last night? He found out that the season came. You guys know they turned Cruel Intentions, the movie, into like the TV show. He loves that movie. It's like one of his favorite movies of life. So last night he watched Cruel Intentions, the movie. So he told me last night, he was like, he's going to go over to his friend's house. And he was like, do you care if I go over there, you know, like when you come home with... I was like, no, not at all. He goes, it'll give you time to film and then I can come home afterwards. And I was like, take as long as you want because I'm going to try to film, you know, videos if I'm feeling like it. If not, then I can just relax and read or something. He was like, okay. So he left here, I think it was like 1:45 or 2 or something like that. He left to go over there. And then he and his friend went out to brunch and then they went back to her apartment and they've been watching Cruel Intentions. And then... he texted me, hold on a second, right before I got done vlogging, and he said, we'll probably watch one more episode and then I'll come home. And I said, take your time, I'm getting ready to vlog. And so then, that was it. But anyway, what time was that he sent that to me? Hold on a second. 5:48, and it's now 6:46. So... I was like, if he's gone longer than I mean, he doesn't care if I sit inside and I vlog, but he'll just sit upstairs and watch TikToks. But I don't want him to have to sit inside, especially like now he's like on, holiday break because he doesn't work on Friday. So when he was done with the Zoom calls and stuff today at like 1:30, he was like done. It's like Thanksgiving break. I miss those days of like when I always had to work holidays. So, but I can remember like being off and like having 2 days off, because even if I worked a holiday, then I would get like the next 2 days off or whatever, because they, compensate for like the time that you've, like if we worked a holiday, we would get like an extra day that week. But I remember that, like, you know, when you leave for vacation or like, you know, I always like the last day that I would work in December was usually like the 22nd or 23rd. And I can remember just being like, oh my God, I'm done, you know, for like a week. Like, I can't wait. So he was real excited about that last night. He was like, I can't believe I'm going to have, you know, off till Monday and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. He was asking me, like, the camera stopped. His mom had mentioned something about doing Black Friday shopping, but I think she wants to go like later in the day on Friday. If the stores opened at like 2 a.m. like they used to at the outlet mall, the Edinburgh outlet mall, I would go shopping at like 2 a.m. He's not going to want to get up. I mean, he's more likely to get up at 6 a.m. The stores open at 6 a.m. If I was going to do it, I would want to be there like right at 6 a.m. when the stores open at Edinburgh outlet mall. I don't want to do shopping around here. I'll end up buying stuff I don't need. I don't really have that many people to buy for Christmas anyway. So if we went to Edinburgh, I would like to go to like some of the outlets there and buy like maybe a winter coat, maybe like some sweat shorts and stuff like that that I could get at a cheaper rate, because there are a lot of deals, but you can get the same deals online. So there's not even a reason to do it. And so I thought, well, it might just be fun to go with his mom, but I don't want to go at 2 o'clock. I mean, at that point on Black Friday, it is going to be the mall, any mall that you go to, any store is going to be so packed. And so I don't really enjoy that. That's not fun for me. You know what I mean? I don't love to be around tons and tons of people. Getting out of here, taking a trip down there, talking with his mom, listening to music and stuff, like that would be fun. So I don't know. We'll see. The lighting of the Christmas tree is on Friday too. I haven't done that in forever. I think my brother and sister-in-law do that every year. It's not even a Christmas tree. It's the soldiers' monument down on the circle. And they put all these lights around it. And then they light it up and everybody goes, ah, and it takes 2 seconds and then you're stuck in traffic for 3 hours. I don't think I've done it in probably... Alex and I done it since we have been together? If we've done it, I don't remember. I think I did it like when I was a kid, like once or twice. But my parents weren't really into all that either. Downtown Indianapolis is really pretty at Christmas time though. So yeah, and I don't think he has tons of plans this weekend. I have no plans this weekend, and I'm very happy about that. I just want to relax. I actually, when I get done with this vlog, I want to go through, so I have several of the boxes I've already donated of books, but I have most of the boxes that I have of books down there. I want to go through now, and I want to go through and see which James Patterson books I still have down there that I can pull, because I don't want to buy repeats of books that I already have. And so I want to go through there and pull the James Patterson books. This is why I need to get these boxes out of here, because now as I was looking, I saw David Baldacci books too that I haven't read. And I was like, well, maybe pull those too, but those chapters are kind of long. I just want James Patterson because they're really quick to go through. But I'm going to start second guessing giving these books away. That's why I just need to get them out of the house. Other than what I have on the table in the basement downstairs, everything in the bookshelf are the only books that I have in the house, and it's a combination of books I've never read and a combination of my favorite books. And it's probably like 2 bookshelves are my favorite books, and the rest of the books are, well, maybe 3 total. And the rest of the books are like books are favorite. 3 shelves are probably favorite books, and the rest of the bookshelves are books I've never read. So, but I do want to go through that downstairs. So tonight he'll come home in a little bit. I think she's like getting ready to go to her family's out of town tomorrow. So she was going to go to bed earlier or something like that. So he's not going to stay over there real late. So he'll come home, and then if it's Wednesday, we have 2 Housewives to watch tonight. Did I just hit that? Or did I just I didn't get a text, I don't think. So we might watch the Housewives tonight. We'll probably wait till this weekend, honestly, just to watch them all at the same time. I have 1,000 Pound Sisters I still have not watched. So 1,000 Pound Sisters I will probably... Well, tonight, I don't know what we'll watch together. We might watch a Christmas movie or something like that. There's a bunch of new Christmas movies. They look cheesy as hell, like on Netflix, like that Hot Frosty with Lacey Chabert. But we just saw... Is it Chabert? I don't know. From Mean Girls. You know that girl that was on Party of Five? She seems very sweet, though. So she was on Watch What Happens Live with Lindsay Lohan the other day, the Andy Cohen show, the after show. Lindsay Lohan is very like... But Lacey Chabert just seemed like a regular person. And she's apparently the queen of the Hallmark movies now. She's been on like all these Hallmark Christmas movies. I was not aware of that. I thought that was that Candace Cameron Bure person that's like, she hates the gays. I thought that was her. So anyway... I did not realize it was Lacey Chabert, but apparently she's been in like 98 Christmas movies or somebody. You know what? I should just look that up. How many, this is why I love the Google. How many Christmas movies oh my God, I pulled it up. Has Lacey Chabert been in? I couldn't believe that. It says 15. No, they said some huge amount. Oh, then it says Chabert has appeared in over 30 Hallmark movies, including her debut in Elevator Girl in 2010. She's known as the Queen of Hallmark Christmas movies, and has said she's proud to be part of projects that add and light and love to the world. She's a daughter that's like 8. She kept on talking about her on the show. She's often paired with Hallmark's top male talent, including Will Kemp and Brennan Elliott. Well, that Hot Frosty movie on Netflix, they asked her on the show, somebody asked her, do you make more on Hallmark or do you make more on Netflix? And she wouldn't say. It's like that where, you know, she's like, don't you have the thing where you like take a shot instead of answering the question, you plead the fifth. But he's the guy, do you guys remember Ted from Schitt's Creek? That's who's in the movie with her. He was actually the bartender on the show that night. So if you don't watch What Happens Live, like they have the 2 guests and they have a bartender. And sometimes the bartender is like kind of famous and sometimes it's like somebody that owns a restaurant down the street that Andy Cohen gets donuts at or pizza or something. It has a book out or whatever. It's usually not a super famous. I mean, sometimes they've had like RuPaul's Drag Race girls that I'm kind of surprised, like winners that are sitting there. The bartender doesn't do anything. They literally just stand there the whole night. So they have the guy that played Ted on Schitt's Creek. And I'm like, I think he's a pretty big actor to be sitting behind the bar, not in one of the chairs being interviewed, you know? But anyway, he is the co-host to Lacey Chabert in that Hot Frosty movie on Netflix. I thought I would watch some of the holiday movies and then review them for my Peter Watches TV channel. I thought that might be kind of fun for the holiday season, so I'll do that. Plus, I love a good cheesy Christmas movie, you know? But Alex might want to watch some of those this weekend. He said to me the other night, we were like watching all these shows, or trailers for shows, and he like rewatched Teacup, rewatched Cross, rewatched something else that I recommended to him. And he's like, I'm just not in the mood for anything like really dark right now. He was like, I feel like I need to watch like, which Cruel Intentions, isn't that kind of dark? But he's like, I want to watch something kind of like lighthearted and whatever. He was like, I just don't want to watch a bunch of dark stuff. And I was like, yeah, the dark stuff kind of like gets me out of my mind a little bit. I like it. So tonight, well, at some point I will vlog and then, hold on just a second. I'm trying to think in my head, like what time I want to, what time should I vlog? I'm thinking about maybe vlogging sooner rather than later. Maybe if I get done with this and he's still not at home, I'll turn around and start the vlog and then I'll maybe finish it on the patio later tonight. Because this is the thing, I want to watch Home for the Holidays tonight, which is the movie that Caroline and I love. I want to watch Home for the Holidays. But I also want to watch, I have 3 episodes left of Mindhunter and then I'm done. And then I think I'm going to start Chernobyl on Max because so many of you guys commented and said, oh my God, it's so good and blah, 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 whatever. Okay. And then I think I actually have a few, hold on a second. I feel really bad because I've been letting like cameos time out. And, so yeah, I have a couple cameos I have to do. And then I'll do that and then film the vlog and then I just get to relax. I mean, the vlog is, it's so relaxing for me just to talk anyway. I don't really feel like that. Like with making, like, I think that's why today was so fun. Cause I really thought it through, like what videos I wanted to do. Like I did like the native products, like I've been using them. So I was like, that'll be easy review. Well, I would have that conversation with a friend of mine. And then the TV reactions that I did are shows that I've been talking about over here anyway. And then the drama videos that I did are like, they were like holiday rants. And so it was just responding to what people had sent me. It was fun. I had so much fun filming today. I haven't really not had fun filming in a while. Sometimes like in the past when, like not this summer, but the previous summer, when I was making videos where the subject matter was really, really dark, it really made me think about, it just went real deep for me. It wasn't really fun. It's like, I can never remember what she says. Swoop says, it's not drama, it's serious or something like that. But that was the case, right? Like, it kind of had crossed over into where it didn't really feel, like when I started doing the drama, I think it was important to have those conversations. I enjoy having those conversations to just add my voice, my opinion to what's going on. based on my personal experience. I think it's important to have those conversations. But when every day, what video you're putting up on the drama channel, I've kind of made my mind up that I'm just doing lighthearted drama until Monday. And then starting on December 1st, like I'll get back into some of the serious drama. Because I just, like right now, especially with what the doctor said, I just kind of need to take a little bit of a break from some serious drama. When every day you're doing videos that are like 45 minutes to an hour long and you're talking about really dark subject matter, like it's hard to just turn off the camera and stop thinking about it, you know? At least for me, it is. Thankfully, I have the vlog and I have the Peterisms videos and I have the review video, and the review video I always laugh, and the TV channel has just been such a godsend. But like even with, like sometimes like when I would do my drama video, for those of you that watch all these channels, you know what I'm talking about, I would turn around and do a Peterisms video, and sometimes the Peterisms video, it almost felt like it was a response to what I've been talking about in my drama video. So it kind of like carried over. And I just kind of had a hard time, like, I don't know, it just was like, so there are periods I feel like where I get to pick and choose what I make my videos about, right? Like nobody's forcing me to. Do I think that I would get more views in a drama video if I talked about the hottest drama that was going on right now? And not all of the drama is like super dark, right? But do I think that I would get more views? Yeah, absolutely. But I think at times it's not always about the views. It's about your mental state too. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I've always said, getting more views on a video, who wouldn't want to wake up and have 1 million views? It means 1 million people watch your video, you know? And that's what we're all making videos for. But I think that part of self-care, I think this is kind of like, when people talk about burnout on YouTube and stuff, I think part of what people get burnt out with is doing the same thing over and over and over again and it being repetitive. Now, I might do the same reviews and it might seem like the same, and I do the same intro, but for me it feels different because I'm reviewing all different kinds of stuff. And so for me to do like an AITA video, a rant video, throw in a drama video about somebody like Trisha Paytas or Jeffree Star, do an AITA video for a week or two, that kind of is a break for me. Sometimes it's a lot to do, like, and I haven't for a while been doing the hard-hitting drama on my drama channel, but I kind of want to return to that a little bit because I think it's important to do that stuff. But when every day it's about that, like I was watching, there were some other videos that I was watching, I can't remember. Oh, it was this video that Paige Christie had done talking about Rosanna Pansino, and I had just talked to Paige like a couple days before that, and she had done this video about Rosanna Pansino. I didn't know anything about this, and then Adam McIntyre, who had just done this podcast with Rosanna Pansino, was reacting to, and it was really dark stuff, and I was like, somebody had sent it to me, and they were like, did you see that Paige made this video, or did this live stream or whatever, and that Adam reacted to it, and like, what do you think about this? And it's like, it's really heavy stuff. And so sometimes for me, like, I think part of self-care is where I have to kind of step away from that. But I think that back when I started doing the drama videos, it was like people really wanted to hear about the fact that two beauty influencers were releasing a palette a day apart and wasn't that scandalous. Now people want deep dives and they want to like go real dark and real deep. It's not for me. I think it's, like I said, I think it's important to have those conversations. I don't think it always has, I have to always be included in that conversation. You know, I think there are times when you have to take care of yourself and say, maybe this is, I need to take a break from this kind of subject matter for a while and just do some funny haha videos and then I'll get back to it. And that's what I had to do. Last summer, you know, a year ago, when I was covering all this stuff with Colleen Ballinger, it was very similar to that. Like, I can remember, like, I would get done with some of those videos and I just felt drained. And so, this is so weird. I just, like, looked up. I was like, what is up on the stairs? I swear to God, for a second, I thought Boo Radley was standing there. It was so weird. But, I would just feel drained sometimes. And, you know, so when we, like, neared the end of that, and then I said I was just going to make a video a month talking about it, it was kind of, there was, you know, unless something came up, it was like, it was important for me to take care of myself. So, between now and Monday, I mean, I really did not think I was going to film as much as I did today. I had a blast. And the other thing is, I went into it knowing that at any time that I was done filming, and that was including my vlog. Like when I sat down to film my first video, well, I filmed it right over there. It was a haul. When I set this stuff up, I was like, if I just want to film this video and I don't even feel like filming my vlog today, I'll just put out a statement that I'm not going to film a vlog. Like I'm going to be done when I'm done. I think that's the other thing. Like I push and I push and I push, and it's like I want to do one more and I want to do one more. It's like even at the beginning of this, I said, you know, if Alex isn't home, then maybe I'll do this, and maybe no. When I get done with this, I'm gonna film a vlog for tomorrow, and then I'll be done. And the reason why is because I want to keep up this streak of vlogging every day, but I don't want to come home tomorrow night from Thanksgiving with our family. I'll be so tired, I'll just want to take a nap. And then I'll feel, not to you guys, but to myself, like I want to sit down and vlog. So I'm just going to turn around and vlog tonight. I might add, you know, well, I want to have it up so it's ready to post tomorrow. So I can post it up somewhat earlier tomorrow, or I don't know, whenever I get it up. It'll probably be when we get back from Thanksgiving. But I think that was the difference today. Whereas usually, like, I'll look at my list and I'll be like, okay, I'm driven. You got to do this. You got to do that. You know, it's like yesterday when it was funny because a couple people were like, I'm really proud of you for doing that. Like, I was like, when I come home, I'm going to like film this review video and stuff. And then after I talked to the doctor, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to like push myself that hard into doing stuff. And so I was like, you know what? You did enough. You did what... You still were productive today. You had a doctor's appointment. You found out this stuff. Just take the rest of the day, do the vlog, and just relax. And so today, when I started filming, I went into it, when I set the stuff over there to film, I went into filming today knowing that, like, at any point that I just was like, okay, I'm done for the day. I'm done for the day. I wasn't going to push it harder than that. And I never felt that way. I never felt like I'm done. Like, I need to stop. I feel like I copied a comment that somebody left for me on my vlog. I screenshot. So, okay, first of all, I just want to say, on the heels of going to the doctor's appointment, being afraid to even go to the doctor's appointment, and then sharing with you guys, you know, there were times that, like, people always say to me stuff about, like other YouTubers and whatever. They're like, does it ever worry you too much, like, that you share, like, everything? I'm like, you know, it's kind of a decision that you have to make at some point. Oh, I'm like, why is this moving? It's because of this video that I uploaded. It's like, at some point, you have to decide, like, I'm either going to go all in, and I'm going to share what's going on with me, and then people are either going to relate to that or not, or, you know, people are going to be like, somebody said, I don't understand why you're getting angry about, because stuff is thrown into my face all the time. But, you know, there was a point where you have to decide, like, are you going to, like, let that get to you? Or are you going to continue just to share authentically and what's going on with your life? And those that relate to it, and those that are supportive of you, support of it, and people that want to help or have questions about it, whatever. And I'm kind of there, you know? It's like when Pee Pee passed away, and there was so much around that whole thing that people were saying, people that don't like me that were saying around Pee Pee. Same thing happened with Boo Radley. Same thing when Boo Radley was sick and when he passed away. Same people, some of the same people, a lot of new people were saying stuff, you know? But I had already made the decision. I'm not, if for the reason that if what I'm going through, one person out there relates to it, and one person says, I've gone through what Peter went through, or him sharing this is helping me in some way, or him even crying on video or being upset about his dog. Like, I've never felt like I could be upset about losing my cat or losing my dog or whatever. And Peter showing that makes me feel like my feelings are validated. Then, you know what? It's all worth it. I don't really care. I'm going to continue to share what I share online. Like, that's what's so freeing about this vlog. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's so freeing about it. But then to come on here yesterday, like, I said something to, I was talking to somebody yesterday that does make videos, and they were like, that's kind of a big video to share that, like, your doctor said that you're having situational depressions, you know, anxiety and stress related to all this stuff that you've gone through. And I was like, but it isn't. Like, I mean, that's just kind of like, I mean, it is, and it's a big deal, but at the same time, for me, that's stuff that I share all the time I share all the time about stuff like that on my vlogs, you know? So it is and it isn't, you know what I mean? It is and it isn't. But somebody, I just want to say, there were I mean, it was literally just, I was bombarded with comments from people that were so supportive and, you know, were like, Peter, you can do this, you can work through this. Peter, I'm so thankful that you went to the doctor, so glad that you have a good doctor. And people were like, oh, I knew that this is what it was. I knew it was anxiety and stress. So many people shared stories that they related to. And that's what it's all about, right? Like this building of this community that we have over here. I think it's the coolest thing. You know, I mean, I think that's the one thing that when you guys share stories with me about things that you've gone through, like it clicks for me. Not always, because not every story that I'm going to tell is going to be relatable to you and vice versa. But often there's a story somewhere that somebody has shared with me, like in a comment section or a direct message or whatever, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty powerful. Like that really helps me. Somebody left this comment. I'm trying to, maybe it wasn't on my vlog. Okay, so this is from, I don't know who this person is, EM. And they said, because when I read this comment, I was like, this is exactly what's going on with me. And they said, kind of sounds like you, like, I don't want to just isolate this comment. Like, there were so many really beautiful, supportive comments, and I'm so grateful for it. But this comment really stood out for me because I felt like it like, put together everything that I feel right now. Kind of sounds like you are undergoing a true transformation, Peter, and right now it's the painful part where you have to stop and evaluate what you need to take forward, what you leave behind, and what you can create anew. I am going through a really similar process right now, and so much the feelings and experiences you are expressing really resonated deep within me too. So thank you for sharing because it makes me feel less alone too. Sending you lots of love and strength. And back at you, I'm sending you lots of love and strength too. But I love that they said it kind of feels like you're going under a true transformation. And right now it's the painful part where you have to stop and evaluate what you need to take forward, what you leave behind, and what you can create anew. This is what I've been talking to my therapist about. You know, a lot of what am I willing to give my energy to? You know, I am somebody that looks at dates. So I do look at what am I taking into 2025 with me? It's so weird. There's something up there. I don't know what it is. It's like, I was like, is it the smoke from the candle? But it's not, because there's not that much smoke coming off the candle. But it's like, it feels like, I don't know, it's weird. But I'm like, I'm not like a New Year's resolution person, but I am like a New Year goal kind of person. And I also usually do it around my sobriety birthday. And especially since this is like my 30-year sobriety birthday coming up, I probably will do some really special thing. Like, not like, I mean, I don't know, we might go out to dinner or whatever, like me and Tanya and my sponsor and my friends and stuff like that, but maybe not too. I don't know. I don't really care if you want to know the truth. I mean, it's like, that's such a, I'm excited about the celebration, but at the same time, I don't really know how to explain it. It's such a personal moment that I kind of like, it's more meaningful to me. It's more meaningful to me when it turns midnight on the 17th and I'm sitting outside and I will sit outside in the cold, you know, and I will smoke a cigarette that night and have a cup of coffee and remember what it was like those early days in treatment, you know. I'll probably listen to a lead that night online and just sit in such gratitude that I've fucking been sober for 30 years, you know. That's surreal to me. Like, that is so surreal to me. But this is a lot of like, God, I didn't expect to cry. I'm in such a great, I mean, it's tears of joy, but that's a lot of what I am thinking about right now and what I am thinking about or talking about with my therapist, you know? A lot of what I have like, and doing the trauma narrative over bullying, it's like I've had a certain perspective and a mindset since I was 6 years old about how people perceive me, about how people treat me, about what I'm willing to tolerate, about what I'm willing to, things I don't tolerate, I don't have to give energy to either, you know? I don't have to fight every fight. I don't have to fight every battle. I don't have to always stand up for myself. I don't have to do, there's a lot of things I don't have to do. But I think like, in doing the trauma narrative over bullying, it's really made me look at what have I given my energy to in my life? What have I given my energy to in the last year? What have I given my energy to in the last half an hour? You know? Is there worth in that? You know, my dad is somebody that said, like, my mom, she didn't pick her battles very well. You know, she constantly was, I think I have part of that in me with my mom. But there becomes a point where you have to ask yourself, what are you giving your energy to? We literally have one life here on earth. I mean, and that has been tested for me in more than one occasion, okay, that I shouldn't have been here still. Like somebody said in my vlog yesterday, I understood what she said, and it was very kind, but they said, don't say that about yourself. It was a medical emergency. Don't say you shouldn't be here. I don't know what to tell you. That's how I feel. You know, people said, couldn't you just forgive yourself? Could you tell me how? And that's a conversation I've had with my therapist, my sponsor, Tanya, Alex, a million people. Could you just tell me how? Could you give me that gift to just tell me how to forgive myself? Somebody said you've talked to his, you know, family, and that's what they said. They want you to forgive yourself. I know that. I've heard it from them. they said to me what he would probably think, you know, what they wanted. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. I think there's a part of me that I'm like halfway there. I think that's a lot of what I'm questioning going into 2025. There, I am the person that I will set, like I've done this at several points in my life. I do think I'm going through a transformative period. And there have been several points in my life where I'm like, tomorrow when I wake up, it is a new day. Like, I'm done with this, or I'm going to do this. I mean, I sat down, and no, it's not the greatest book in the entire world, but I was like, I'm going to write this book. And I wrote it in 3.5 weeks, start to finish. I can remember sitting in a meeting, like I said, and I was like, listen to this lead, and I was like, okay, God, if this is what you have for me, if this is what you want from me, you want me to be sober, fine. This is going to be a medium to other things in my life. Like, I made this like deal with God kind of thing. I know that sounds sick, but I did. And I was like, if I'm going to do this sobriety thing, I will do it. But then I'm going to have the most magically amazing life, right? And I do. It doesn't mean that there haven't been troubles along the way. It doesn't mean that horrific shit hasn't happened along the way. That's life. Sobriety is the lens that I look through it, right? But that was a decision that I can remember sitting in that meeting, and I was like, as I leave this meeting, everything changes. You are full in. I can remember that. There have been several moments of me, like this guy that I dated after I got out of treatment, I can remember leaving his house, Champaign-Urbana. You know, he wanted to keep it kind of a secret. I was done. I was done. You want to talk about smoking cigarettes? He did not like cigarette smoking. I would like the whole weekend being around him, never smoke a cigarette. I'll never forget leaving his house. He hated Bob Dylan music too. And I will never forget that I love Bob Dylan. And I can remember looking at him in the driveway. Because I looked at him and I said, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm not going to be nobody's secret, okay? Because you got all this stuff going on. And I looked at him, and he was like, what do you mean? And I go, I don't like what you're doing here. It wasn't just about me being a secret. It was a lot of other things. And I said, I don't like what you're doing here. I think you're a great guy. I think you got some stuff to work out on, you know? And he just looked at me and he goes, so you're done? And I go, yeah, I'm done. I don't like how you talk to me. I did not get sober to be a doormat, whether I was sober 30 days or whether I was sober 30 years. I did not get sober to be somebody's doormat. And I looked at him and I said, I don't like the way that you speak to me. I'm not going to be spoken to that way today. I don't like the way that you don't tell anybody in your life about me, that I'm the secret. And then, you know, I found out, anyway, that's a long story. But I'll never forget sitting there, you know, in his driveway as I was getting ready to peel out. And I lit a cigarette and I blasted Bob Dylan and I backed out of that drive. I mean, he stood there and looked at me. I was like, no, it's a new day. I'm not, no fuckery anymore. We're not doing this. And I've had those moments. And I feel like I'm in the transformative period of one of those moments coming up. Like, I'm just done. There's a lot that I'm not willing to entertain. There's a lot that I'm not willing to give my energy to anymore. Because a lot of that is a lot of it, not just... And when I talk about Boo Radley being the end of it, there is so much that comes along with why I'm ending up in a doctor's office over stress and anxiety. There is so much, okay, that I've never even got into on videos. And, you know, if it wasn't for my husband and my marriage and my sponsor and Tanya and Caroline and Nikki and Mel, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what the doctor would have said yesterday. I mean, I'm so grateful for the support system that I have, right? I'm done giving energy to things that are not worth my energy anymore. I'm not. And whoever said this, EM, is completely right. I'm going through a transformative period. And this is the painful part, right? This is the painful part of working through it. I know that. And when I read that comment, I was like, oh my God, that's exactly where I am right now, you know? It's like my sponsor says to me all the time, this is an opportunity for change. This is an opportunity for growth. Are you going to take it? And like I've said in the past, sometimes I'm not. But, you know, there's been a lot of moments in my life where I just make a decision and I'm like, and tomorrow, I wish it would be on my weight loss journey. I'll say that. I do wish that. But there's been a lot of moments in my life where I'm like, tomorrow when I wake up, it's a different day. It's a new day. I'm a different person. And I'm not even really, to be honest with you, ever since I've been on YouTube, has that ever happened. But back in the day, I mean, I would say in my life, I've probably gone through 4 or 6 transformations where I just was like, one day I just woke up and I was like, enough. Like, I'm done. Like, and I'm sure many of you out there have gone through those periods where you're like, I'm setting some boundaries. And, you know, I think the other thing that people don't understand about, like, boundary setting or becoming a new person or going through transformations and stuff is that you don't have to let anybody know that. You don't have to shout from the mountaintops, or even to the person that you're setting a boundary with, I'm setting a boundary. You don't have to let anybody know. That person might not even know when they see you on the street that you've set a boundary with them. You might be like, hey, it's great to see you. And inside you're saying to yourself, and I have no desire to have a relationship with you today. But they might not even know that. And you don't need to tell them that. The camera stopped. And that's a you thing, right? I do think that since the accident, I mean, the first couple months were I've been in so much in my head for the last 3 years, but I think the first couple months were so much, I don't know. I just, you know, like this is really what I'm talking about. When I said the other day, I think it was yesterday, when I said, I can't continue to have that day or guilt, shame, and remorse be the baseline for the rest of my life. I meant that. I can't continue to do that. I can't continue to live my life as if everything is a reflection of what happened that day. When what happened that day was a medical emergency, it was a health incident that I could not control. I can't continue to feel guilt, shame, and remorse for the rest of my life that affects everything, every choice I make, good, bad, or indifferent, over something that I couldn't even control that day. I can't continue. And that's something I couldn't have said on video a month ago or 6 months ago. I couldn't have said it on video, you know? I can't continue to have everything. That doesn't mean that I don't feel bad for the people that were involved. It doesn't mean that I don't feel horribly for the man that lost his life. Of course I do. I'll live with that for the rest of my life. But it can't be a reference point for everything in my life. At some point, I have to release myself from that. The family already has, you know? I can't have that be a reference point. And I don't know, maybe there's some fear in that, in all reality. Maybe there's some fear in, who am I if I'm not the person that is for the last 3 years looked at everything? Who am I if I allow myself to live free? Who am I if I allow myself to do whatever I want to do, live the life that I want to do? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's scary for me. You know, it's like, I mean, the smoking a cigarette is such a stupid example, but like, I mean, today, if somebody took a picture of me and like on Instagram or whatever, and I was like smoking a cigarette in the background or holding a vape or whatever, like, I wouldn't, like, that's not something today that would affect me. But the fact that I even allowed it to several years ago, like, rattle me. I'm like, why? Like, I think about my dad, right? Like, not at 52, but like at 35 or 40. Like, my dad would be like, I know who I am. Like, I'm not letting that shit rattle me, right? And neither should you. And so I think about that, and I think about, I am going through a transformation, and I can feel it. And I feel like I've been going through several transformations. You know, it's like, I used to say this about the standing up for myself era. Like, I know that that was so uncomfortable for people to watch on video, and I agree. Like, in retrospect, a lot of it was uncomfortable, a lot of it was cringe and whatever. I had to go through that. I don't feel like that today. I don't feel like I have that, like, fight in me today. I don't feel like it's dissipated or it's gone anywhere. I just don't feel like the need to fight. I just don't. I don't have the energy in it, you know? There becomes a point in your life when it's like, you have tried to convince people your entire life since age 5 or 6, and what you realize is it really has nothing to do with you anyway. If the hate wasn't directed towards you, it'd be directed at somebody else. And then it's like, why are you wasting your time? I mean, my mom died at 64. You know, if I'm lucky enough to live as long as my mom did, I have 12 years left, 11 and a half years left. So then that makes you question, you know, had I died in the accident, I'd already be gone, you know? And then that makes you question, it makes you look at how precious life is, how precious time is, right? And then it makes you ask yourself, where are you giving your energy? What are you doing with your energy, you know? What are you doing with the people that you spend your time with, that you talk to on the phone? I've said this for years. Like, who you watch, what YouTube videos you watch, TikToks you watch. It's why I think, like, when I watch TikToks and I roll through TikToks, it's one thing if I'm watching a dedicated video of a YouTuber that I really invested in and I've watched for a long time. Like, I don't feel like that's necessarily a waste of a time. But even sometimes I feel like it's a waste of a time, if you want to know the truth. But when I roll through TikTok, and I can tell you like maybe 1 out of 30 names of the people that I might be like, oh, that's the person, I don't even know their name, that's the person that did that. And I just roll and roll and roll and roll. Like at 2 hours, I'm like, you just wasted 2 hours. That's why I don't get on TikTok. Other people enjoy it, more power to them. That's how they choose to give where they give their energy. I don't. I choose to give my energy to audiobooks and TV shows, you know, or talking on the phone to my friends. It doesn't make what I do any better than what anybody else does. It's just decide to where you give your energy. You know, I had to ask myself, do I want to live in fear and worry? Because that's a place that I've lived for a long time. We talk about in recovery, it's 100 forms of fear. Do I want to live in fear and worry about things that I can't control? Is that where I want to give my energy? Do I want to give my energy, you know, my old sponsor, the one of the two that passed away, you know, would say to me back in the day, I mean, this is long before I was ever on YouTube, worrying about stuff in my life, taxes and this and that and whatever, you know? And he'd be like, you're borrowing trouble, like my mom used to say, you know? And then he'd say, you know, 90% of the things you worry about never even happen. I can remember talking to him one year about like, blah, 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 taxes and whatever. And it's like taxes came and went. I paid them and it was fine, you know? And I was so worried about that. There's so many things I have borrowed trouble from and worried in my life. I don't think that that's probably a surprise to anybody. I think you guys watching my vlog are like, this is not a surprise to us, Peter. We know that you stress out about stuff, you know? I think when you end up in a doctor's office and that doctor is saying, this has affected your physical health, I think that that's the point where you have to start saying, I'm obviously giving energy to wrong things, you know? And I am in a position, you know, I am blessed enough that I get to make videos from home, and I could tomorrow take a trip for 6 months, and I could work while I'm on vacation and make videos, you know, because like my job is doing fun shit online. Like that is cool, right? But that also offers me and I'm grateful for that, and you guys give me that. But that also offers me the opportunity that I have a lot of choices in where I give my energy, you know? I mean, my circle is so small. I think everybody on here knows, other than the few recovery friends that I have whose names I never mention, that my circle is so small. It's like I've decided through the years, I'm not giving my energy to people that don't value my time, don't value me. And I don't think anybody should do that. I'm not wasting it anymore. It's like, I used to have such a hard time DNFing books. DNFing means do not finish. Like when you start a book and you're like, well, okay, I'm 100 pages into it, but like it's only 600. And then I would just end up reading a 600 page book that I have no interest. I'm done with that anymore. If I'm not interested in a book, I'm DNFing it. If I start a show or a movie and I'm 20 minutes into it and I don't like it, turn it off. I used to always feel compelled like I had to kind of finish it. Even until the last month, I felt that way. I mean, this is something that I've been talking a lot about and writing stuff down about. I know it sounds silly, but it's not just about DNFing a TV show or DNFing a book. It's about DNFing stuff in my life that I'm like giving so much energy to. I think it's a question that I don't even think until I read this meditation several years ago that I really asked myself, what am I giving my energy to? Am I giving my energy to worry and fear? Am I giving my energy to things that may never happen? Because some of the worst things that have happened to me in my life happened like that, out of the blue, and I had no control over it. And they are the things that greatly affected my life more than the things that I had any kind of control over. And that's not to have the attitude of like, well, what's the point of doing any of it? I'm not saying that. I'm saying, what's the point in trying to control every aspect of something that you have no control over anyway, when as an addict and alcoholic, our biggest issue is having no control over things, right? So it's about controlling the things I can, deciding where and which place I want to put my energy to in, and then being like, you know what? I'm going to live my life. You know what? I'm going to live my life. And I hope that's inspiring to some people. I'm going to fuck up. I'm going to make mistakes, and I will learn from it, and I will make amends for it when it's wrong. And I hope that some people are inspired by the things I do and say, and I hope other people question it, and I will look at that, and, you know, and that's where we learn and we grow, right? I'm not a perfect example of anything, but recently I have really been thinking about, like, who do I want to be going forward? You know, I've spent 30 years of my life sober, I don't want it to just be, like, I want to be 31 years sober. Of course I do. But I also want to look at, if I live another 30 years, what I want that next 30 years to look like. I built a pretty strong foundation of sobriety to allow me to have an amazing life. What do I want the next 30 years to look like? You know, my mom, when she got sober, said she got sober because if she lived another year or another 10 years, she wanted the quality of her life to improve. What do I want the quality of my life to look like? You know, I spent so much time, and Alex and I have this conversation. You know, Alex and I spent so much time evaluating the quality of Boo Radley's life. And one day Alex looked at me and he said, you know, don't you think it's funny that, like, human beings don't really think about the quality of their life? And I'm not talking about from a medical point of view or a physical point of view. I'm talking about the quality of your life. Ever since that conversation, I've thought a lot about that. What is the quality of my life? Where am I giving energy? One of the things I love is traveling, but I'm so hesitant to plan stuff, you know? When there's a lot of, like, really cheap trips that we could take, you know? A lot of places that we could go. I want to try new things. There's new things I want to do. You know, I want to live life to the fullest. And I want to continue to do all this because I love filming videos. But that doesn't mean that that's not going to change over time and things aren't going to change, and that's okay. But I don't know who I'm evolving into. I don't know who I'm becoming. That's equally scary and exciting for me at the same time, you know? That's where I used to always be so afraid of change. But change happens. It's inevitable. I was talking about it in this Peterson's video I filmed today. It's going to happen whether you want it to or not. So at some point I had to be kind of like, well, I guess I'm just going to embrace the change, you know? It doesn't mean it's not scary for me. It's scary as hell. But yeah, I don't know. I agree with that comment. I am evolving and I am becoming something new and I don't know what that is. But I do have, the one thing that the comment said that I so agree with is, what am I taking forward with me and what am I leaving behind and what am I starting anew? I mean, that's literally the definition of transformation, of becoming not necessarily, I mean, I love the saying, like from one of the 12-step programs, oh my God, the tripod fell. Right as I was getting to the end of this vlog. The battery has been at the halfway mark for a while, so I know it's going to start flashing and be done here in a second. But I wanted to say, there's this, you know, this motto and part of the preamble of a 12-step program that says we do not regret the past nor do we close the door on it. Like, I want to learn from who I've been and the things that I've gone through. I also don't want to stay stuck and live in that forever. I've seen so many people in my life that have done that. My mother, to some degree, did that, you know? There were days of wisdom and joy and happiness with my mother for herself. There were also days that my mother chose, many days, sober, that she chose to live in guilt, shame, remorse. And I can remember sitting there thinking, she can't change anything about it today. She can't go back in time and change it. She can't do anything about it. Like, what's the point of continuing to beat yourself up over? And I would think that about my mom when she would say these things to me. I'd just be like, what's the point in beating yourself up over and over and over again? And yet I know that, but I do it to myself at some points too, you know? So I know that this is a transformative period for me, and I love that comment, and I really appreciate it. And you know what? I haven't fully decided yet what I'm taking forward with me and what I'm leaving behind. I don't really, to be honest with you, have a whole lot to leave behind. I think what I am leaving behind, I think I'll always have fear in my life. I think what I'm attempting to leave behind is giving energy to things that are not worth it. I'm giving energy to things that are weighing me down. Giving energy to things that are waste of my time. Giving energy to things that are not really people, because I think that the people that I have in my life are the people that I want to have in my life, you know? I don't want to change much with YouTube or stuff like that. But it's more of like, what are the things that I love to do and what are the things that bring me down? What are the things that bring me stress? I mean, we're always going to have things in our life that bring us stress that we can't get rid of, that we have to deal with, you know? But how can I approach that? Do I always have to approach that? Oh, Alex just said, coming home, babe. Do I always want to approach that from a point of fear and worry? Or do I want to approach that from a point of being open-minded? You know? And I think that's really the practice of grace. I really do. So I don't know what's coming next. I don't. What I do know is that for today, what is today, November 27th? On November 27th, it's been a really good day. And I feel fantastic. And I'm happy today. So with that, I'm going to close because the battery is flashing at me. I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Wednesday. I love you guys. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!